So again, all the UFO cults attack the Bible. Almost every one of them do that. I don't know of a single contactee that claims that the aliens transmitted a message to them saying that Jesus Christ died on the cross for the sins of the world. You just don't see that. You don't see it at all, ever. You don't see it. Point number 3, this false Jesus told Billy Meyer that he never died on the cross. Well, as Paul said, without the cross, there's no resurrection, and then therefore you have no hope. Number 4, he denied his virgin birth and told Meyer that his father was a man called Isrich Gabriel, who was apparently trained by the Palladians, trained by the aliens. And number 5, he denied that he was the creator or the Son of God. Now, Jesus most assuredly affirmed himself being the Son of God and even the Creator. In fact, in John chapter 8 and chapter 9, people picked up stones because they wanted to stone him, because he said, before Abraham was, I am. Now, some of you that know about Bible scholarship, what's the I am come from? Well, when Moses went and asked, who should I say sent me? And God says, tell them I am that I am. So Jesus, and this is one of the doctrinal points of Christianity. I mean, Orthodox Christians, and I would affirm this, believe in the doctrine of the Trinity. I mean, even though Jesus was the Son, he was also the Father. I mean, I'm making it very simplistic. Don't ask me to explain the whole doctrine of the Trinity. Maybe Mike can, but I believe that 1 are 3 and 3 are 1. But Jesus was claiming to be the Creator. Before Abraham was, I am. So it's interesting how that went on. But again, I'm quoting these people, their own words, and my books are filled with their quotations of what they're saying and what they really mean about certain things. And to really illustrate a point that I don't think that anyone should be so obsessed with UFO religion, because it's the wrong faith. It'll guide you into the New Age. It'll guide you into Spiritism and all kinds of things condemned in the Bible. And it'll guide you into danger. And part of ufology, I think, is very dangerous. And this is why. And I think in many ways it's dangerous, not just spiritually, but it's physically dangerous to some people. In my book, I talk about the death of Gloria Lee, December 2nd, 1962. Some of you that study UFOs from a historic perspective know about this story. But in 1962, there's a woman by the name of Gloria Lee that fell into a trance, and she was in contact through telepathy with a space brother that she called JW. Now, I don't know what JW stood for, but JW. And this person, this entity, would keep talking to her, like through telepathy and automatic writing and different things. And she hooked up with a UFO group called the Mark Age Group of Miami. It used to be a real famous UFO organization. And she said that she was told by the space brother that she's supposed to go to the government, go warn the United States government and the Russian government, if she could, to convince it to change its warlike ways. Again, the Cold War was big in that time period and things of that nature. And they instructed her to go to Washington, D.C. to warn the government to change its warlike ways. Now, she identified this being as an etheric being from Jupiter, UFO circles, etheric means spiritual being from Jupiter. So if you look at UFO cults and things of that nature, a lot of them believe in not just physical nuts and bolts beings out there, but they believe that there are spirit beings out there, but nevertheless they're all space brothers. And she gets to Washington, D.C., and this entity orders her on a fast to purify herself for the task. And so the fast she went on, she didn't eat or drink anything for 5 days. It went on for 10 days, and she kept saying, should I keep going? And the entity said, yeah, keep going. She fasted for 66 days, fell into a coma, and died. That's the outworking, I think, of UFO theology. I think it's dangerous to your soul. I think it can be physically dangerous from time to time. And there's been a lot of UFO researchers, and in fact, we've seen some at this conference. I'm not going to cite them. A lot of you haven't been to the whole conference. But there's a lot of evidence that there's physical danger associated with messing around or dabbling with aliens. Okay, with that much said, there's a lot more I could say about this. As you probably know, I could talk about this all day long. I'll just end it with basically saying that I do think that I know who the aliens are, and I think they're associated with the realm of the demonic. And past centuries, I think people knew this to a certain degree, because UFOs are nothing new and aliens are nothing new. It's just they called them by different names in different centuries, right? Fairies and gnomes, things of that nature. They were always identified with demons. They even had the incubi and succubi that were destructive demons, in the Middle Ages and beyond, that would even get involved with sexual experiments with people and things of that nature. The problem is today is that we think they're all good. They're still little men in most cases, but now they claim to be coming out of flying saucers. And so I'm not here as a preacher to try to win you over and getting saved and things of that nature, although that would be good if you did, but that's not my purpose. I do want you to think through the implications of UFOs and realize that the theology from the UFO movement is diametrically opposed to the Bible, and I do think that they are absolutely demonic, okay? There's a demonic element to little green men or aliens and through contacts and things of that nature, and we know that because the message is diametrically opposed to God's Word, the Bible. And the way they'll lead you is away from Christ. And I think on the basis of that, we can conclude that it's a non-Christian religious system. Okay.